All right, we're going to call the meeting to order now. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. And Shelby, since this is your last day, you're going to lead it today. We're going to put you to work. All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Our roll call, Mr. Al. Here. Mr. Sigmund. Here. And I'm here. Communications, any communications?
We just have a special presentation.
Comments? Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
I'm not really sure. They should have told me. That's okay. They'll know who the president is. I wear what I want to wear. Anyway.
Say what you want to say.
We want to recognize somebody, and boy, this is going to be hard for us because we're going to lose one of our, I call a team player of all the stuff we've been doing, and that's Shelby Johnson here. And it's just unbelievable. And she's moving on to Preston County, right? And you're going to.
I start a new position as Assistant Director for the Preston County Economic Development Authority.
Well, I say congratulations. It's their gain and our loss, believe me, because you've done awesome work for us. I'm going to read this and then we'll take a photograph or something's got a camera. Yep. And I'm sorry I didn't wear my blue shirt. But you'll say the guy that didn't have, he's the president. So. This is presented to Shelby Johnson in recognition of your many years of outstanding project administration and grant writing services to the Clarksburg Water Board. Your unwavering dedication, professionalism, and exceptional attention to detail have played a vital role in the success and growth of our organization. Your tireless commitment has not only secured essential resources for our community, but has also inspired those around you to strive for excellence. The positive impact of your work will be felt for generations to come. We are forever grateful for your service, leadership, and loyalty to the Clarksburg Water Board, and presented on this 13th day of August, 2025, and it's signed by myself and our general manager. Congratulations.
You won't forget us. But I wanted to give you this.
Aww.
Go ahead, open it up.
Okay, yeah.
Not one.
That's that's awesome.
Ooh, it's an extra big cup this time.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay,
It's beautiful.
let's.
Okay.
We're gonna see that in Kingwood, right?
Oh, yeah,
Taking
it's coming with me.
Who?
Who's taking the picture?
So I can text it to you.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, guys, come over here. We'll get all of us in here because this is from everybody here, our team.
And you're in front, you used it in the back.
Come on, Paul. We got him.
Well.
Okay, we'll slide that way. I'll slide around this way.
He's the one he gets all these pictures organized.
Is this my better side here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn around.
Turn.
My best side. It took me a little bit.
Paul. We're hiding Paul's beautiful legs back here. That's why he's up. All right, Shelby, on behalf of us, the Water Board.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. You get it?
Yep.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Stay in touch with us, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. And let us know, are you going to actually move up there?
I already have, I live in Reedsville now.
Oh, Reedsville.
Yeah.
Well, give him your mailing address and tell us what time you had dinner. All right.
That's awesome.
So you start next week? Or?
I have about a week in between the two jobs.
Okay.
And I have a next week with Region 6 still as well, so one more week of meetings. Okay.
We all think you're gonna be a success no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
listen,
you. I appreciate it.
they're gaining a really, really good person.
Well, if you do show that certificate, I mean, you're walking on water.
By the way, did we notify the Congress and people in Washington about all this?
We're gonna have to.
And the state? Okay.
And I'll
Well,
have,
congratulations again.
I'll have Sheena, introduce her,
10% fine.
her coworker there.
Okay.
He's gonna be showing the replacement, correct? Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's been a while since I've seen most of you, but I want to introduce Todd Whitehair. He is a project administrator that started July the 1st. So he's kind of new, he's learning, but I think he's got some big shoes to fill, sounds like.
Yep.
But I think he will do an excellent job for you, but I will be there behind him to make sure that whatever comes up, that he's gonna be prepared to work on your behalf.
Great.
Welcome aboard.
And
Good to
just
do
to
it.
add, just to add to that, his brother is Shane Whitehanger from Region 7.
Yeah.
Planning Development
I've
Council.
met Shane before.
I'm sorry.
No, I talked to him when I was doing his background
Yeah.
check, and that's where and nice guy too. Well, welcome, and part of our team now. We have a few things going on, as you'll see.
Yes.
So thanks a lot. And I'm sure if you have any questions, you can talk to her, you can call Shelby, I'm sure.
I've been trying to fill everybody in.
Okay, well, welcome. Anybody else here that we have to? Okay. Let's move on then to the reading of our minutes and the approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I second that.
Okay, it's been moved and duly seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Jump right now to the financial items.
Yes, we have our monthly chemical cost report, month ending July 31st, 2025, presented by Robert W. Davis.
Oh, congratulations, Shelby. Good luck to you. Hope you do well, okay? That's about as long as my chemical report. I mean, it's hard to say anything about it. I mean, we do what we can do. Whatever the river throws at us, that's what we adjust the chemicals to. The operators try to do the best job they can. About it.
I read this last night, but I read all this last night. Everybody had a chance to look at it.
Thank
You might as well start out the first month of the year on a bang, huh?
you. Yes, sir.
Hopefully it's all downhill from there.
Set the tone.
Just so you don't have it in front of you, it's 61,739.05 for the first month of the year.
Okay,
Any questions for Bob?
anybody? No, thank you for your report. We'll make it part of our minutes. Your next item, Mr. Manager.
We have vendor history reports, and you only have one because this is the first month in our fiscal year, so you just have one report. This month ending July 31st, 2025, that will be presented by Jason Farrell, Finance Director.
You guys got any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, but.
Well, I don't have it in front of me. You go through that. It's we have a lot of vendors and a lot of things. I didn't have any, usually I'll write a note to myself with something on, but I didn't see anything that's outstanding that I'm concerned. So they're hearing that we've got our report and it's been presented to us in writing and by email. Let's make a motion and we can move on with this thing.
I make a motion that we accept the financial report as presented.
Second.
The moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, still on deck, Jason's going to be reporting to you on the unaccounted for water loss, month ending June 30th, 2025. I'm going to walk out of the room while he presents it. I'm not very proud of that one.
Yeah, that's not a good one this month. This is for June 2025. This is how we finished out the fiscal year. During the for June itself, we had net monthly accountable of 195,591. And then our net sales was 139,217 gallons. And then which gave us a net loss of 55,615 for a finished loss percentage of 26.22, which brings our percentage loss finished to 22.05.
Wow.
And our total unaccounted for up to 19.56. Which last month, or the month of May, they had the accumulated unaccounted for was 18.78, so it increased another almost a whole %.
Well,
The next month's going to be worse. We've got a leak out there. We're trying to find it. It's a pretty big one.
so we do have an unaccounted for leak.
Yeah, we have a leak out there.
We just don't.
Send with you.
We don't know where it's at.
I don't know where it
But
is.
we have speculation, and you want to tell them what you're doing with your staff to try to locate this thing.
Checking all the river crossings and everything like that. We got Dave Burns is working night shift the rest of this week to listen and see what we can find.
How do we know we have?
can't keep our tanks, we can't keep our tanks full.
And with that kind of loss, I mean, we started out the year, since they fixed the leak here on the 24 inch.
Yeah.
You know, we finished out the year last year with 4 months at, finished loss, the percentage loss to finish was around 15 to 16%, and we started out the year at 17, 0.27, 16.63, and 15.18. I mean, at 1 month it jumped up to 22.78, and then it went back down to 17.63. But after that, it's been 23, or between 23 to 20 and above, and it's got a whole lot worse.
How much per day are we producing more than what we normally do?
We was as high as 9, and we usually do 6.5 to 7. I think we are back down to around 8 now. So we're running about
$1.5 million.
2 million more through desk card than what we normally would.
And we know the FBI has something going on out there. But we haven't been able to confirm that.
All right.
Meter.
It's metered, yeah,
It's,
on their side.
yeah, but again, we have our page where people watch this particular video. And there's two types of water. And there's the unknown losses and known losses. The known losses are like the fire hydrants, the putting out a fire, construction, broken water lines, that we know those. The concern is always when you've got a leak, that's called an unknown loss, and we don't know where that is. And we have a huge, huge system, so it takes time to track it down. And so we're on top of it, and I'm sure Bobby will tell us, and they go out and look, and his crew and people here all work together, and we'll figure that out. Okay, because our monthly goal is supposed to be like 15 or less. And we've been doing really good just recently. We have a lot of construction going on. The pressure in the lines presents some problems with lost water and stuff, but it'll all shake out in the end and be a nice new system. Okay?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Jason. All right, we got next budget revision number 26-01. It's the first budget revision of the new fiscal year, and that was to be presented by Jason Farrell.
All right, this budget revision, the proposed budget adjustment pertains to the country club tank restoration. We were previously approved or allocated $50,000 for this project, but lo and behold, I misread his paperwork, so it increase is $100,000 is being requested to bring this to a total budget of $150,000 for the restoration, and we'll be using the working capital funds for this capital expenditure, and you can see that as part of the increase there presented in the budget.
Any questions on that, guys?
Gina, make sure for the record, he did say he made a mistake.
I misread his thing because it looked like it was 50,000, not 150.
I just want that for the record.
But I did make a mistake.
I'm just playing with Jason.
All right, guys. We understand. Any questions about that? It's just, it was an error, but, we are human, and we tend to have an error now and then, so, okay.
I make the motion, we accept Jason's mistake.
Oh, we're gonna rub that in.
We'll rub it in.
Look at amended budget.
No, I make a motion that we accept the amended budget revision.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Let's move on.
Okay, and invoices and quotes, we do not have any.
Okay.
And just to carry on to what he just said, Bob and I are going to be putting that tank out to bid, country club tank, for the service that it needs. And we're estimating that to be about, what, 140,000?
Yeah, we budgeted 150 for it.
Yeah, so that's thereabouts. It could be a little bit higher, could be, we hopefully lower.
But we're going to put bids out, and let people
Yes.
make them in a lot lower
Yeah.
than that too. We don't want to say, well, we're willing to pay this.
Yeah.
So I don't like
that's
to
the
get into
average.
too much discussion on things, because you get a lead.
Yeah,
Some guy said, hell, I can do that for 120, let's go for the 140, they're willing to pay.
yeah, that's what we're
Okay.
gonna budget it for.
Okay, gotcha.
Project like this also extended the full life of the tank, so.
Okay. Ready to go on?
Yes, so we've got Water System Improvements Project, Phase 3A and 3B. So like we do every meeting, Mr. Kenny's in a different seat today. You want to give us an update on what we got?
Contract one's Northview, they're moving along fast. They got a lot of pipe in the ground. They've got, meter setters in last week. So they're starting to hook everybody into the line that's in. So they've basically got all of 14th done. They're going up West Virginia. They're gonna do that tie-in that you were asking for Monday. We'll get
You want to
that.
explain what we're doing over there?
We're tying the new 12-inch feed into the old 12-inch feed to maybe help get some more water moving back, I guess, down towards Gore, Glens Falls, Arlington, back in that way.
We've got some low pressure.
Okay,
So we're gonna go ahead and add an additional tie-in on West Virginia, temporary, it's temporary, but till we can get one down around 19th Street to where the permanent tie-in is.
I want to,
Probably get it done a couple months ahead of time.
let me correct that, lower pressure. I don't have low pressure. It's lower than normal.
okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and get that put in.
All right, that's Northview.
That's Northview. Doss is down in Heartland. They've got all the lower Heartland done. They've got their trenches patched. They've got most of the customers hooked up down there. They've got Magnolia ran out to Heartland. They've jumped down to Liberty and they'll be coming back down towards Riverside with it in the next few weeks. And they'll pretty much finish all the line in lower Heartland. Then they'll go above the bridge,
Above the overpass. there.
above the overpass and across from the city park. They'll be back in that neighborhood probably to finish the year out.
So you've got Magnolia is a long street.
If that line
They
is
don't-
all laid.
That's gonna be all laid because there's no underpass there.
And it's all laid now.
It's done.
It's done.
And Liberty, they're working back from 19, coming back this way. They're picking up that job again, going towards Traction, coming this way.
Magnolia is completed. They've jumped down to Liberty and they're
Liberty.
running Liberty back towards
Come
the,
back towards the plant here.
towards the plant, yeah.
And then
We've got a tie-in to do down there that we've got to figure out. how
And the
to-
Heartland is on the other side of the streetcar
Yeah.
overpass.
The
That's
upper part,
and
upper
that- and
Heartland
that'll-
and back in behind.
And
the
that'll
church.
finish Heartland then, right?
And they'll start paving, probably once they get down to Riverside, they'll drop back and start getting all the streets paved. The
Okay.
trenches are paved, the trenches are patched for half of it. They'll finish patching those, then they'll pave everything.
Could that be done? I mean, this,
It'll be done before fall hits,
Before
before
fall
winter
hits.
is, before the plant's closed.
So the
We'll
people-
put it that way.
in essence, people in the Heartland should see some new streets.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
but I wanted to make sure. Any questions, guys?
Just a quick question. I wish I had, my phone died on it. I'll reach out to you later, but is there, any issues in, on Chrislip? Over in Northview, some, resident reached out to me and said that thought there's some water issues, on Chrislip.
There's not, we haven't been on Chris, we're only on 14th. We haven't cut up Chrislip yet. There is a leak down at the end of 14th on the West Virginia, and once we kill that, and it's a, I'll call it a trickle. It's a small stream, but it's a service line. We think that when we kill the old line, that'll go away. So that's might be the leak they're seeing. It's coming down the end of 14th, and actually it's the lady who lives here's son or son-in-law that
Okay,
works here.
so it's a leak on 14th?
There's a leak at the end of West Virginia and 14th intersection. It's a
Okay.
service, but it's not worth fixing until we're gonna shut that line off.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be what they're seeing,
Okay,
other than the gravel on 14th. But,
good deal.
contract 3 is D&M. They started last week on this 24-inch up here. They've got the tie-in made at Chestnut and Hayes. They started up the hill and they're at the intersection of Kramer. They're gonna go out Kramer. We gotta check a valve on top of the hill to make sure we can get it closed. We can, we won't have to do a hot tap or a insertion valve. We can just go ahead and let them do that tie-in. So they're moving along. They should be finished within a month. They should be finished with the street part of it and get it milled and paved. And then they gotta go up above Ryan, up in the right of way and in the grass.
You just said something. When we're doing these repaving, are they gonna do some milling?
They mill 2 inches.
Because you've got the
pave-
curbs. they
Yep,
have
they'll
to.
mill 2 inches and pave 2 inches.
I was gonna say, with
Yeah.
the curb issues.
Everything they want, whatever they're putting back, they'll take off.
Okay, good deal.
Contract 4 is independent, uptown, downtown, you want to call it. Pike Street is completed from Menards all the way to Monticello. Probably 90% of the main is laid on Main from Monticello to Hardee's. They're doing services on that side. They should have Monticello tied in today between Pike and Main. They've yet to start on the west end of town. Once the sewer project gets a little further up the street, we'll.
I was gonna say,
Go
that's
back
gonna be timed into their work.
Yeah, they've added a second crew. I know you're not part of the sanitary board, but they've added a second crew on that. They're now on Main and Pike
Well, good
headed
deal,
towards town. So
good deal.
just moving along. Parts are coming in like they said they would. They said August, so we're starting to get our parts.
How
We're
long
able
do
to
you think it will
service
take
it
to
up.
finish Liberty? Will they go all the way down? Because when you cross Traction Street, I can't remember the name of that street now.
We're in the grass. We're in the grass from the daycare at Reynolds
Okay.
all the way to Riverside. We'll be over in the in front, between the sidewalk and the curb. So we won't be in the street as much other than on services. So
Oh,
hopefully it's a little easier digging. There's not as much over there to deal with.
I was trying to think of the name of the street that goes where the bridge is over to Traction down here.
Camden?
Camden Street, that's what I was trying to think of. Okay, any other questions, guys? Well, thanks for all the work you do. You do a lot of posting in the media and so on.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that's important to people.
Yeah.
May not like everything they hear because we can't control it,
They don't like the first thing I type. I always back up and retype it again.
And when he posts his facts, there's no
Any more
more
Yeah,
questions?
I'm not, yeah.
Any more questions, Paul? Thank you
All right.
for being on top of that.
All right. All right, Doug, where are we on 3B?
Three
Making
B,
any progress?
yeah, I mean, we're doing progress, but again, it's the unsexy stuff of being behind doors, of doing, locating utilities out in the field, preparing the mapping, especially on the outskirts, outer edges of the project area. We had most of the downtown already flown and the mapping done on it, at least the base mapping, and so now we're just filling in the blanks of that, so.
You know, a lot
Yes,
of
it does,
questions I want to make sure the board's informed is what areas, I know the answer, I want to have you tell me the answer. What areas of 3B are we going to address?
I'll say everything outside of Northview and Staley, basically, and downtown. You know, we still got some downtown areas, but it's the surrounding area all the way around.
Northview is a big project.
Yes.
And when we started this, we're always talking about Staley, and I told him, we need to talk about Heartland and Staley. We've got Staley to do yet. That's in this first phase.
That's big.
And then when you move out of that, we got Adamston, right?
Yes.
You got Broadway. You've got a lot of places, across the tracks over into
Golf Plaza.
Glenelg, Golf Plaza.
Behind that
There's a
guy.
lot to be done.
Yeah.
A lot of streets.
Yeah, there's still a lot. I mean, it's a large project.
Yeah.
And I do not know the different areas of town by names, the way you guys do. I just know everything outside of what we're working on now.
What, Liberty?
Liberty Edition, yeah, we're rolling some out Liberty Edition too out.
Do it all.
We're rolling some out Liberty, how Liberty Edition is getting some line too.
Oh, yes.
Out past
Glenelg? Yes, I know.
Glenelg's getting- And a lot of that's not main line.
Right.
A lot of it's just the lead service line.
And again, that is all, that's really the second part of this is driven on, I don't want to say exclusively, but heavily by the lead service part.
Yes.
And, you know, we did a larger component of main lines in this first part of it. But the second part of this project is going to be very heavily toward what is remaining on the lead service, because that is our mandate, get that out, and that is what has driven this project.
We surveyed like Hill and Dale and Clarksburg Country Club and all that. They are direct customers.
Yep.
Yeah.
All those were built after the.
And a lot of those are more, like Hill and Dale is post late the 50s, they're up into the 60s and 70s.
Right.
So the lead lines wasn't.
Yeah.
a thing back then.
Okay. Any questions, guys? Thank you, Doug. All right, Mr. Manager.
I'll have to phone off. Ring is still on. Okay, so we're going to go down to consider all actionable items, and we've got a payment requisition number 9 and a budget revision number 1 that Shelby's going to present to you all. I don't know why I put Brasher on there, it's Shelby.
Okay.
I just promoted you, Shelby.
Yeah, so we have another draw. All 4 of your contractors have submitted payouts for this past month. So they're all on there. There's some engineering, some administration, and you'll notice there's some miscellaneous items. So one of those is for the public outreach and like website assistance from Thrasher. One of them is a permit you're being reimbursed for. And then you had included in the EPA / Capito congressionally directed spending grant, 2 emergencies that happened, one on Pike Street in 2023 and one on Chestnut Street in 2024. Those were preliminary approved by EPA to be reimbursed to you all. So with this draw, we're gonna put that request in as well. It's over $1 million that you'll be getting back on that. So all of that being said, the total draw is down in the corner in yellow. And if you have any questions, let me know.
I don't question her work.
No.
My recommendation is to approve it.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Moving second. Any further questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Shelby.
Now she has a budget revision number 1 to present.
Well, that isn't necessarily need board approval.
Oh, okay. I got an email, so I stuck it on there.
Yeah,
You want to explain?
so you guys are familiar with the fact that there's certain funding that can only be paid for with lead services. The original estimate for one of the contracts was a little low on the lead line money. Thankfully, there was some contingency in there as well, so we just moved some of that up into contract 3 so that all their lead work can be reimbursed with lead money.
Okay.
So that was all we revised on
Oh,
there.
okay. That makes sense.
Okay, you don't need board approval.
Anything else, Shelby?
That's all I have.
Your swan song, you're done. Oh, my.
Well, I can stay for the rest of the projects.
All right.
So we're gonna go to, I know it's probably no update, but I'm still gonna ask Snake Hollow Road Water Line Extension Project, have they got the pumps in?
No,
Still waiting on
there was, and there was a small punch list item for some ditch rock that has to be put in, and I saw the email, Steve was going back and forth with Midkip about how they wanted to handle that. Maybe 100 foot of ditch line he wanted reached.
Yeah, it was a minor issue with the NPDS permit that the bottom of the ditch didn't have grass growing.
What kind of a permit was that? An MD, what up?
NPDS.
NVP, NPDS.
National.
I don't know that.
National Pollution Discharge Elimination.
You look that up or you?
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Counselor, for straightening out that gibbly goose.
Yes, sir. That
25
program
years.
regulates discharges into the receiving stream, including stormwater and construction stormwater.
Yes.
Which is what we're discussing.
Okay.
So we had some runoff out of a hollow that washed the ditch line out, and that's for that permit.
Okay.
They watched that.
Surely not all that rain we've had.
Yeah, so they watched that. It was about 100 foot above the ditch that we'd already lined, so they want us to line an extra 100 foot.
All right, no problem.
Not a big deal.
All right. We'll be glad to see Snake Hollow.
Yeah,
At least
people are
we-
happy though.
Yeah, they should be. That's really good. Any questions, guys?
Second Street Pump Station Project. Doug?
Same thing, they're still working on putting together the pump station. Again, expected delivery sometime in the November, December timeframe on that. So continue to work on it and seeing submittals on that particular project.
Bob, can you tell us about the power up there?
Yeah, with help of Mr. Zickafoose, we finally got something established. up there.
Who's he?
Circle.
Sir, I'm sorry.
Who's he with?
You see where I get it? I was close to the Z, right?
Hey, I like it though. I think that was gonna stick, Jeff.
I thought Jeff's.
It's the first time I've
Zickafoose
ever
was here,
embarrassed myself, so. But anyways, Mr. Zirkle, he helped us out with the power company, getting them up there, and, Scott, Marshall from Michaels is gonna start setting the pole and the meter socket up there.
Yeah, so again, I want to echo this. Thank you, Mr. Zirkle, for that, also known as Zickafoose.
Yes. You see Mr. Zickafoose, tell him I said thanks.
Yes, he pulled some strings for us and got him on the stick for us, and lo and behold, Bob had a site visit. Things were working pretty fast after he made a call, so thanks.
Mr.
Thanks again.
Zickafoose has contact and power.
Yes, he does.
All right.
I don't know
Jeff,
about
thank
Mr.
you,
Zirkle,
Jeff.
But Zickafoose does.
I love it.
All right, Jeff. Thank you.
Sorry, I called mine.
All right, let's move on.
All right, we have our TTHM removal project. Do you have anything before I start on that?
I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Oh, you are not done yet.
Need that.
All right, I had to type this up so I wouldn't get it wrong. Last week, we were notified that our funding application successfully passed EPA Region 3's review and is now with the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. I said, it's weird when it hits home. So it's now the Department of Government Efficiency for final review and approval. This stage typically takes about 3 weeks. Okay. If it takes any longer than that, I'm gonna get all of our senators, but I'm gonna let it take 3 weeks. once the project is completed, we anticipate roughly $1 million will remain in the budget. So rather than returning unused funds to the federal government, which I don't want to do, I asked our project officer, Kelly O'Neill, whether we could use the surplus to install TTHM removal units on our short line PSD tanks. Because this aligns with our existing O&M agreement and our acquisition plan for next year. Ms. O'Neill confirmed a few days later that this use of funds has been approved.
Good deal.
So we'll be able to use that $1 million surplus left in this grant for short lines tanks. So that's, I know that made Bob really happy.
Yeah.
So, and I sent Wiggins' agreement to Mr. Stranko for review, and we had a meeting yesterday on the phone with them, for Mr. Stranko and Billy Wiggins and Scott Turner. I'll turn it over to you about the conversation you had with the agreement and bonding.
They use a form, a regularly widely used AIA form for the contract, which was the wrong form. This is a design build project, as you know, as opposed to a design project or a build project. So we did a lot of editing on the phone yesterday. They were amenable to all the changes that we suggested. A design build contractor, at least in the marketplace that Mr. Wiggins describes, can't get a bond. Because of the dual nature of the services. So what we had two alternatives. One was that we wouldn't pay them anything until the equipment was up and running. Well, that's a small business, a cash flow problem. They balked at that. And what they're working on now is bonding the construction piece, which will protect us from flaws in construction or ultimately if the systems don't work. So we're waiting to hear back from them about what they've been able to secure in the bonds. If they can't get the bonds, then we're going to insist on we're not paying anything until we know that the stuff works. They're going to have to get a line of credit and figure out how to make their cash flow. It's not our problem. We have a particular concern because it's an out-of-state corporation or Georgia corporations, two corporations, the construction engineers, both related, same owners. So the other issue that we've left open is workers' compensation. They claim, well, we don't have any employees. We only have 3 employees. Georgia law doesn't require us to have workers' comp. And we just said, no, we're just not. As we know recently from our terrible event here, this is a great risk and could be a great expense for us. So we're insisting on workers' compensation insurance and some other plus ups in the insurance package that they presented. So they've responded positively to everything that.
Yep. No, I think they're amenable to everything we have.
So we're waiting to hear back.
Good deal.
Yeah, hopefully
Any questions?
Get all that, we can approve that contract.
Paul, anything? No. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to the operation and maintenance agreement between Clarksburg Water Board and Short Line Public Service District. I'm going to have, and I spoke with Mr. Zickapus earlier today. I'm going to have Jeff give you all a quick synopsis of where we're at with the project that they have ongoing. So with that, you have the floor.
Mr. Zirkle.
Sorry, buddy.
Okay. All right, there's 2 contracts with that project. Contract 1 is complete, which was the purchase and delivery of the meters and the radio reads and the equipment associated with that. They have, out of 1,200 customers, they have, at the last meeting, they had 628 GPS coordinates imported into that program. Now, I don't know where they stand now, because that was the end of last month. I'm sure it's a few more. Contract 2, finally today, they have a meeting with HREA over the right-of-way agreement to use HREA's right-of-way up on Crooked Run for that water line extension.
That'll help out. HRE asked that the power company.
Rectification.
And I sent her a message and asked her at the same time that they could not meet but where the pump station's gonna be, and go ahead and hash out that power supply at the same time. Keep from having to go through what you guys went through to get your Second Street power. Dead iron contractors,
I couldn't remember that name to save my life, Dead Iron.
yeah. He's got approximately 200 setters and boxes left to install. And I don't know if he's gonna make it before bad weather or not. The last two meetings, I've asked about, getting done before it gets bad. Tracking mud into the road, EPA and all that. Haven't gotten any kind of an answer or getting another contractor to help him or anything so far. I hope to bring that up next meeting, but that's gonna be a concern for you guys because you're gonna be taking over.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to maybe do something there, cause he's got 200 of those or 13 fire hydrants that need installed. And some valves, and he's just one guy. I mean, he's a good worker,
Yeah. But it's a lot of work.
just one guy, and he had like 464 of these to do from the get-go. And he's just one man. I mean, he's doing great work, but he's gonna run out of time. I'm afraid before, wintertime gets here. Our next board meeting or our next construction meeting with Thrasher is August the 28th. If you guys would like to attend that, so you know what's happening, one of you or all of you or whatever. And it's at noon on the second floor of the Thrasher building.
To get that pump station ordered,
I cannot answer that and answer that honest. I know they had the changes that were requested for in there and the financials, but I can't sit here and tell you absolutely that it has been ordered. That Green River group that has that contract, it's hard to get information out of, or it's hard for me to get information out of them. You guys might have a little bit better success than me. I'm just a one-guy show.
You have a set of plans for that?
I have not seen them.
you have Thrasher, Scott, can you figure that out for us?
Yep, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I think they were submitted to Thrasher, but I haven't
And I
seen them.
ordered it from EFI Solutions, another group, because I asked, the gal that's working with Derek.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Jeff, thank you for your update, appreciate that. You have something else to add?
Well, I've got a couple questions for you, if that's
Sure.
okay.
Sure.
When do you intend to, I would like to see the short line building closed by September the 1st, if that's possible, just simply because of the cost savings.
Yes.
I mean, you're paying for air conditioning, you're paying power bill, you're paying trash bill, you're
Paying
paying
a water bill, anything,
internet.
internet, everything.
Well, that internet bill like 180 a month.
Yeah.
Less.
If you could close that, the sooner you can close it, the more money it would save the customer. And less headaches for you guys, I think, because all your people would be in one location.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I don't know if we can make that deadline, but we're probably gonna make the end of September. And I can have Clyde, explain. It's not as easy as it sounds.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm just
But
asking.
we're striving to get them out of there, get it closed by September 30th.
The
What's your other question?
other question is, I'm assuming that your guys, I know they was out and fixed that leak out on Wilsonburg Road. You told me about that. But there's gonna be, probably you're gonna wanna use those buildings out there somewhat from time to time. to store something in, or you've got, you know what I'm saying, until this project's all done and all that, do you guys have common locks for your stuff?
Yes, sir.
Have you thought about having those locks changed out there so your guys can have access?
Yep.
Okay, it's just that stuff that I thought about that I thought I'd bring up in case somebody maybe hadn't thought about it yet.
I have a question. But how's the integration of their system and our system merging together? How's that coming?
We have not started that yet.
You haven't?
We've been working on the other projects. I've been working on those with Jason,
Okay.
and we should be getting underway on that next week.
Oh, okay. So it's coming up soon.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we'd started or not. How about the telemetry we had out there with the tanks and the reading back here?
Yeah, we're still at the same, actually waiting for another guy to come in and help us try to get the other ones up and running.
How many do you have that we're having an issue with?
There's 3 of them we need to get to.
Okay. I just want to see how we were getting along.
Yeah.
Any questions, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move
And the
on.
project he's referring to is the union contract. That's been a huge lift for all of us, but we're at the end of that.
Well, I know we've got many things going, but it's not
That's just one, that's the biggest one, but yeah,
I mean, you got a bunch of things going on. Okay.
that's been the biggest draw for it.
I understand.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Jeff has been my main contact there, and he's been wonderful to work with. And I attend, my first meeting was last month at Thrasher for the progress meeting. So we wanted to wait until after July 1st before I started attending those, so.
Good deal.
So.
Okay, let's move on to the next thing.
Bobby, you wanna, I think he already alluded to it, you wanna tell him what you've done so far over there?
Yeah, we went down and fixed the leak on Gregory Drive and service. Got it fixed. I think we gotta do is one blacktop, go down, blacktop the edge of the road. We went ahead and brought your trucks up this way. They're in our building. And your guys work from here. We'll send them down there with one of our guys. And then I'm utilizing them between there and here to help us out as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
but that's pretty quiet down that way.
And then, Bob?
We're staying busy, dosing tanks, checking for residuals. We started doing the testing for a short line, back feeds and stuff like that. So we're staying pretty busy over there.
You assumed, chief operator for their system.
Head bottle washer.
Getting a whole bunch. So, we've taken over all the testing. So, it's taken that responsibility. So there's no actionable items for that. Any questions for, Mr. Zickafoos, Mr. Pizzini, or Mr. Davis?
For the people, his name is Zirkle.
You can slap me after the meeting. Pay me
It's
back.
all right, buddy. Let me tell you, you can't make up anything. I ain't.
The worst thing, Jeff, could have happened if your name had been Robert. We got Bob and
Yeah.
Bob and Bob already. That's all we need
That's
to
the
know.
only, that's the only name I know is Bob.
Okay,
I mean, it's like you said, what forward and backward, it's Bob.
It's right, forward, backwards, still Bob.
all right.
Okay. All right, the next one is Humana Group Medicare Advantage Plan Renewal. This is what this is our annual renewal. So you'll have it in front of you. There is a renewal increase for 2026 is 6.19%. So that's a $15 increase on the month. So the premium was $242.22. As of January 1st, it'll be $257.22. This is our older retirees.
Yeah.
So I recommend approval.
I make a motion that we approve the Humana Group Medicare Advantage Plan renewal as presented for 2026.
See, thanks for coming.
Yes.
Good work out.
Look forward to working together.
Take care of yourself.
Thanks. Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve this increase and renew this contract. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
All right, the administration pay scale, want to consider a new administration pay scale effective July 1st, 2025. I've got Clyde here in the audience. He's going to explain the admin pay scale.
Okay. First of all, explain admin, that thing, and
Admin is basically anything in this, in our office is right through here.
the administration and the function of the business office.
And what we tried to do, and you're aware that when we were trying to work on the union contract, we did assessments, regional assessments for other public utilities to see where our wages stood. So not only for treatment distribution, but since we were doing that, we thought we'd do the same for the administration office here. And to do that, we ended up with a blend of the rates just to see where we would stand. Some of our positions were overpaid, some were underpaid. So this scale that you see before you is what we see as it's a fair representation of what our region should be paying. And we proposed this so that Jason would actually have the scale, the starting scale, and then he's got 10 steps within that. So if we get somebody that's applying for a position that has 8 years of experience or other education to help with the performance of this job, he has the flexibility to start them anywhere within the range, those 10 step ranges.
Yeah.
Each step is 2% from the other one. So we should never get to where somebody is sitting at step 10. If that happens, they should be promoted to another position, just like you do for crewman. Crewman has 1, 2, 3. Now customer service has 3 levels. So as they advance in their experience here, then they can be moved up to the next position, They actually have somewhere to go now. Where before you were customer service and that was all.
Yeah.
You couldn't go anywhere unless somebody retired and you had to be qualified to get in that position. So that's what we were after.
I'm sure of that.
How did you determine to come with a regional expense or, you're looking at a peer group, a group of people, how do we relate to other water treatment facilities and so on?
We actually received their pay scales
We do for,
all positions.
okay, when you say they, are you talking about one other system, 2 other systems, or?
We started the assessment. We went and we received there's only a few other utilities in our area that are our size.
We have to have comparable, you got
So
Fairmont,
we went
Clarksburg,
from-
Morgantown, so on.
Yeah, we went from Morgantown down through Weston, then over into Elkins. And we even pulled some over in the Parkersburg area just to get a
Sure.
sample of the larger utilities.
But you went beyond just a few systems here locally, that's what I wanted to see. Okay,
We did that, yes, we did that assessment.
okay, that's all I wanted to know how you did it.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions, guys? I don't have it in front of me, I saw, read his report, and got the email, but I don't have my computer.
But these
Got it
scales,
right there if you wanna look at it real
yeah,
quick.
these scales are going to start for anybody hired on or after July 1st of 2025. That's what these new scales are for our new hires.
So how long does it take from going from step 1, or for example, 1725 to get to step 8?
That's
That's
his
okay.
decision.
Is that
It's all
within?
based on qualifications,
Okay.
years of experience, all that kind of stuff.
And
You
then
also have the-
based and then you can move them up to the next.
As they
based on-
progress
as they
after
progress.
they've been hired.
You also have, with these scales, if somebody's doing an exceptional job, you can move them up a step,
Yeah.
just
Right now, I
because
can't
of
do
their
anything.
performance.
And then like you mentioned, once they get to 10, they can go from 1 to customer service to
Yeah, you can actually advance
the next level.
promotion levels, and we have the same setup now in accounts payable. So that position was pretty much static, just like customer service was, but now there's a place to go.
I like that, yeah, because they got their stuff.
Yeah, I've had managers come to me and said, John Smith has done a great job, man, they have just,
Thank you.
have excelled and go beyond the call. I'm just stuck.
Yeah, service stuff.
Well,
I'm stuck in a number in the contract.
As we get better, as we go along with the way we're running our facility here and so on, and I think it's an excellent move, just my personal feeling, and I look at the range there, it looks very reasonable, so.
Yeah.
And we want to treat our employees as our ratepayers should say, treat them fairly,
Yep.
And that's what we're responsible to them, and we want to do this in a
And we've done our
responsible manner.
homework, it's just not like we just pulled this out. There's real backing behind it.
Well, you've done your homework. Any questions, Paul? Any comments? All right, how about a motion to approve this administration pay scale?
I make a motion that we approve.
It's effective July 1.
The new administrative pay scale effective July 1st.
Second.
And you've looked at all this too, right? All right. All right, motion on the floor been duly seconded. We've heard the presentation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion
All right.
carries.
Up next, which we knew this was looming in the background, so we finally got a number to present to you all. So this, what I'm referring to is the proposed water rate increase. Unless Mr. Stranko sees otherwise, I consider this our first reading. All right,
This
It's
is,
not in the form of an ordinance, but if the board's okay with it, I'm okay with it as well. Of course, there'll be more public notice. It's
Yeah.
not as if this is the only.
right, yes.
so this is after the revision from, what's the gentleman's name?
Dingus?
Dingus,
Yes.
Todd, okay.
Yep, so, Jason's got a presentation here to.
All right, Jason.
All right, Todd's proposing a going level increase of 9% in the water rates for the direct customer, resulting in a minimum bill of $32.63 for 3,000 gallons and $36.98 for the average consumption of 3,400 gallons. The recommended resale going level adjustment is 3%, bringing the rate up to $4 for 1,000 gallons of water. Now you'll notice on the second part of it, I want to hit on it, is part of the project. Pertains to project 3B, which that portion revision is depending on funding sources secured for the project, so it's very fluid right now, but that's.
But we don't know what that's gonna be.
So excluding considerations for project 3B, the proposed going level rate is anticipated to be adequate for the next 2 to 3 years based on the current projected budget. So it will do good for our next couple of years. And this, and of course, the rate increase was ran through, same cost service study that was adopted in 2022, but adjusted for the decrease in water usage in the resale customers and also the current operating budget that was approved in May of 2025.
Okay. And again, this is just to get us through before phase B.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
And,
So,
cause the numbers that we did, and one reason, we sort of have to adjust this because the calculations we didn't have.
Was off because of the,
because when he did the measurement,
what
if I
they
can-
call that, the test year that he used.
what he used, he picked a year that we
The
had really
highest,
good income,
Yeah,
but he didn't account for the fact he looked at a year that was really a tremendous income year. But in the meantime, our resale customers and so on, the payments coming to us is going down a little bit this way, and he didn't factor that in.
Yeah.
And so we have that gap, that spread.
yeah, actually, yeah, definitely. I mean, I understand. So I just wanted the public to understand the reason why.
Yep.
Based on it. So he's saying a 9% increase for
Direct
direct,
customers,
so
That's our promotion.
that minimum was what, 32 what?
$32.63.
And right now it's what? It's way-
It is
29.94.
29.94, yes.
Which is a increase of less than $3.
Okay. So here's the thing. We're gonna have to do another one in a year, right?
Yes, we'll have to do another one when
Whenever we
For
close.
for 3B,
Project
for 3B.
project funding.
Project budget.
And we'd like to see that one I suggest while we're doing that, when we do that as a 3-tier rate increase, because it is gonna be
Phased.
it's gonna be I prefer it to be a phase one, that's what I was talking to him about.
I agree.
Because it's gonna be such of a large increase for the project, we need to phase that one in over 3 years, so that we kind of get this one in place. And then hopefully, as this year goes on, then in July, we could start phasing in the next one to meet the project funding for the next 3 years, when the project actually starts, we have to start paying bonds back for that project.
Based on
What
the,
was the number that you came up with after we're done with these projects?
I had the number before, before we're gonna vote on back in May, that's gonna be around $40.
45, 47,
Really? I always thought it's gonna be around $40.
45, 47. Now that can change. Like I said, that's very, very fluid.
Because you got all the funding, so we don't know what it's
Right.
going to be. It could be
This
lower.
is based on the PER the treasurer submitted to IJDC.
So
And that's with 3% interest and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of a worst case scenario, right?
it is. At
So,
45.
Yeah, we think,
I
that-
think
we think it's gonna
42.
come back better once we go to each funding agency and see what,
Yes.
Kathy's gonna give us for interest
Because
rates.
we were, if I remember right, we were assuming 3% at 20 years loan, and we ought to be able to do something lower than that with a longer term one, so it, lower that. But
It's only 20 years, so we can go longer than that, can't we?
But we wanted to go with the standard number in this part. And again, that, the preliminary engineering report that was submitted in June was so that we could get a binding commitment for money that was left over in the lead service line from the 2022 money that they were gonna have to give back to EPA.
Yeah, these interest rates in terms of only 20 years. We used to
Right.
go 30 to 40 years.
Right.
So you can see where the payments are gonna go down, which that means that'll,
Another thing I'd like,
interest rates are gonna be better than ours.
one thing I always,
More
That's all.
grants.
when I talk to people about rate increases, I've been on the board 25 years. And we are always very responsible in doing these increases. Don't take it lightly, only when that's necessary. Because this is the people's system.
Sure.
The only thing is, when I look at the studies of the 360 some water providers in the state, it's a bunch of them. And we're down in that bottom 17%. People say, my God, my water bill, it's not the water side, it's the sewage side. Went up just last time and I'm not blaming the city, they've got the same needs too. But the thing is, when it comes to the actual water rate, we're still in the bottom part of all the rates across West Virginia. We have customers out there pay more here locally and so on than what we're doing.
But
This is
by
for-
being in the bottom, I mean less expensive.
Yes, that's what I mean, bottom, I'm talking the lowest cost.
We're in the top.
You got people out there paying $65, $70 a month. And our people have been paying
Oh, yeah.
$29.94
We
for
will
that
be in
same
the
amount.
top 10. We'll be
So-
up to top 25%.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll move up,
Yeah.
but we're still gonna be among the lowest. I mean, we got PSDs and stuff that charge
About
above the
Oh,
45.
Yeah, but even if right now it's been $29.94 for that low end customer, then it's going to 32, it's less than $3. We have people out there paying $65 and $70 and so on. And so I'm saying our rates are low throughout the state of West Virginia.
Right.
Does that mean, we should just raise it because no, we
No,
don't.
absolutely.
That just shows how we manage this place and how tight we are and how hard we take it, so. But you
Yeah.
have to be moving forward.
And the relationships and the partnerships that we have with the funding agencies to give us these good terms. And we're hoping we can get good terms this time too.
So you say that at this 9% rate, this would be good for 2 years, 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
So then we're gonna have to go up to $45 to get completion for phase B, correct?
That's correct.
So your suggestion was to spread that $13 increase, 12 and change, 47 amongst, in what, how long of a period?
We start phasing in over a 3-year period.
That 1247, so
Yes,
around
and by that
$4 per year,
Yeah, and by that point,
Equally.
equally.
by that point, the project should be almost a substantial completion.
Okay.
And then when we reach that point, then we gotta start paying the bonds back.
So we're looking at 2025 to 2028, just at this 9%, up to 3263, and then we're within that. Is that correct?
No, that there's, that $9 and, or that 9%, sorry, 9% and the 3%, that is just to get us flush, get us going level, get us where we're.
Keep our operation going exactly where we are now.
Yes,
and improve it.
yes.
Okay,
We
for
want to
the
talk in
3%.
general terms.
Yes, and now,
So when are we talking about, having the, phase B is gonna be starting here in a couple of years?
it's gonna be starting, it's actually gonna start starting what, spring of next year?
So,
Within a year.
so when will we have to start that, increase that $4, then
Then we'll start that, when we start that project, then we need to start that,
within a 3-year?
we'll start phasing in the new rates, because that's gonna take care of the funding for when we have to start paying bonds back, and
Okay.
so we don't wanna rate shock the customer.
Right, that's what-
at the end
that's
of the
what I'm worried
project
about.
and say now it's gonna jump,
$12.
40%.
Yeah.
At that point in time, you phase in that in, at least that way it gives them time to
Right.
start, be adjusted to the new rates.
Gotcha.
What are we asking the board to do today is to
Basically.
approve on first reading a 9%,
And a 3%.
3% resale.
resale.
9% across the board for direct customers, 3% across the board for resale
Effective,
customers.
when effective.
Well, I think,
45
Mr.
days.
President, we should just do the first reading if
That's
you're
what we'll
inclined to do that.
And we can have some
direct,
more discussion.
direct the manager to present a amended tariff for your second reading. You'll
Yeah.
see the detail. And that'll include an effective date in that.
Normally, what,
Second.
45 days for
45
passage?
45 days.
So next, are we thinking about next year this time, then we'll vote for that, to have the spread,
The next
spread out of that $12, of the $4.
And that's my question to Doug. Do we have to have our new rate in place before we close on the bonds?
No. We're
Is
just gonna have
this
it.
a going level increase? Yeah.
We'll have to have the rates in
the
place,
bond
but we gotta have,
rate goes
we
into
gotta have a
place
plan
as
of
a
action.
Whoa. Let's talk here. Go ahead. We got too many people talking. Go
Not
ahead.
to interrupt, but my understanding is if you're doing a going level rate increase now, that's to get you through the project, and when the construction reaches substantial completion, you implement what they call a pro forma rate, which is the project rate to cover the bonds.
Okay.
Because I think on this last one, we had to have our rate in place in order for, that's what Tom England had us do.
A going level.
He had us to get the project.
If I'm not mistaken, we can get Tom to clarify this now. But I think what you have to do is you have to have the ordinance passed, but it doesn't have to be implemented.
Yes. Perfect, okay.
That's right. Okay, well, I believe exactly what our attorney just said. This is a first reading movement.
Yeah.
We've got time to work out the details with more information from our management at this next meeting, and we can clarify some of this stuff. And
Yeah,
that's
'cause
it.
all we need
And
to
this
get-
is not our first time to ride that pony. We've done phasing of rates before, where we had a substantial rate increase. We've done it over a 3-year period. And we did it before. We've had history on it. It's worked fine with the customers. They had very small increases over a period of 3 years, once each year. And you get rid of that shock effect. Okay?
Yeah.
All righty.
Yeah, all we need from you all today is to make sure that you're good with these rates so we can go ahead and prepare everything.
The 9 and the 3%.
The only thing we're worried about on this rate increase is just gonna be the one level of
The
9 and
9 and
3%.
And that will be starting effective when?
I think 45 days from passage.
We
you
should
gotta
have the first reading.
You have a public hearing and a final read.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve, the 9%
And
and then 3%.
On first reading.
On first reading.
first reading. Let's move in seconded. Okay, we've discussed this to the end. Hearing no further discussion, let's all vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay.
I think that brings us down. I recommend we go to executive session to talk about the union contract additions.
I'll make a motion.
That's second.
Okay.
That would be under the attorney-client privilege exception of
Yes.
of the statute.
Like that under West Virginia code. It's written in our agenda as to what it is. And that's what we're going into executive session. We've had a motion on the floor. Seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor. All right, guys,